Hello survivors, welcome back to another Jotunnslayer Hordes of Hel. We're going to be playing series again. We have an absolute banger of a build for you guys. We're going to be playing on Jotunnslayer. We have unlocked hard, but I just want to show it to you on, let's see, face the storm winds more frequently. That's actually fine because we get 30% more resource bonus. So we're going to go play on normal just to show you guys the end boss. This one is actually a banger. I've never played this one till yesterday or till recently. I know Jotunnslayer has been out for a really long time already, but let's just say I never really got into it that much, and I'm back into it now a little bit more. But the series build has got me. I know a lot of people loved the Revenant and they were all like, no, that's the best character. But guys, no, series is awesome. So we play Water Bubble with the new god Njord, and every time it is up, what's going to happen is it shoots fish at the enemies, and then we can evolve it as well. So we got Ruin Puzzle. We're going to be taking this one for the 7 gold. Of course, we're still playing to get as much gold as possible because we want to have absolutely everything available for us. But I love what they've done here with the characters. Magic Missile for Ceres as well. And then I don't believe that guy's attack goes that far either, so we should be fine. And then we need to make sure we stay on the specific areas. But we do get a nice big monster attack happening. We are going to be grabbing ourselves Lost Drakkar as well as Leviathan. So let's go grab Leviathan right now. I didn't show you guys, but we're playing with a specific weapon, just so that you do know the weapon is going to be allowing us to get a more cooldown reduction. So the whole point of this build is for the cooldown reduction, and this is going a lot harder than the beginning. So let's go with some attack speed and movement speed. Ceres, we want the Briarthorn. I mean, Briarthorn, Dark Wisp, the second skill doesn't matter too much, but I've got Briarthorn there with the evolution, so I thought it would be fine for me to just grab it. We're going to go and grab the gold. And if we can start this off, that would be fantastic. Alright, we don't need any of them, so we're just going to re-roll it. Back to Ceres, get the next magic missile. And we will land up... what's the word I'm looking for? We are going to land up getting rid of a lot of skills, so banishing a lot of stuff. And a lot of it is actually going to be on this character. So like some things, freeze nearby enemies when Eldritch... Like, we don't really need that, but it's not really stopping us. I'm going to be grabbing Divination first over Briarthorns, because Briarthorns aren't really what we're looking for damage wise. And we finally finished the first part of this. Man, that's quite hectic. That was a very hectic start. Okay, all skills do 40% more damage. We'll take that now. Grab the extra XP. So the weapon we were previously using gave us increased XP, but we changed it to the increased cooldown reduction. It also allows us to use that spark attack that you've seen me using already. Kind of looks like a Briarthorns, but more AoE. Pretty cool attack. Haven't played with it before, but there you go. That's the attack over there. Okay, we don't need Scuddy, we're looking for this. We're going to go all buffs last longer, so that's the kind of thing that I'm not really worried about. Malediction also, we're not really worried about attacks. Inflict curse on enemies when landing a critical hit, I'm also not really worried about that. So like things like that we can actually go and banish. They're not going to be important for this build, and then it also just allows us to get some of the other things that we're looking for a little bit quicker and more often. So that's why we changed them. The most important thing for the build will be Ceres 1 passive that allows it to gain attack speed and cooldown reduction based on how many Eldritch ward stacks that we have, and we can get a maximum of 5, and that's going to allow us to get a whack ton of cooldown reduction. We've got the -10 cooldown reduction from the skill, and we can also get some really cool things like cooldown reduction from okay, so Eldritch Ward effect, charge +1, trigger XP, works only with 0 charges, 5% chance to gain an Eldritch Ward Ooh. Maybe damage is better. Oh no, but this is actually, the collection range is really good for us. You'll see why, because we're going to get a chance to double cast spells whenever we collect XP. So having the XP collection range does come super handy. Wind crystals, that's fine. There's only one to activate. The problem here isn't activating the crystals, it's surviving this horde. We can blasphemy Loki. What that does is completely get rid of him, so we're no longer going to see him. And level up heals a small portion of health. That could be pretty good, but we actually want the water bubble, level 2. Once water bubble also gets to level 3 with the cooldown reduction, it just becomes completely bonkers. Use that. And just this new Njord god just makes it so that picking up a whole bunch of chests possible. So usually have to wait for them all to spawn. We can run a Freya. We're actually looking for a specific skill. Heal a portion of health every time gold's picked up is actually okay. That can save our life. Not against the boss. The boss is all going to be skill. We are back. Sorry, Windows decided it wanted to be stupid in the background over there. But anyway, not that you guys see any of that. I'll just skip forward. But let's see what we get going with ourselves over here. We've got ourselves Njord again. We do get... Oh, we're not getting the other skills though. But we did get a double chest there. We do get 3 rerolls, which is really good. Because we're going to be using those. And we can actually get a... Oh no, I don't want the god skill upgrade because that's random, and we still don't have the last skill that we're looking for, so we don't want to grab that just yet. We do want to go to the mission. That's what we were busy doing before we were rudely interrupted. Not worried if we lose a bit of Eldritch Ward right now, because we are still trying to get the passive that allows us to get all the cooldown reduction. Go over there, we've got Leviathan, we've got the other ships, so now we've got all of our skills. That's perfect. We're not going to see them now. We can go and grab some of the other gods as well, because again we've got them, we've got everything. So this one over here is a bit of a weird one. Whenever you defeat an enemy, it's going to have the wind coming towards you, or towards this wind crystal, and if you get hit by those little like wind spirits or whatever you want to call them, you actually take damage. So you do have to move around. I don't know if that's actually from defeating enemies or if it just randomly occurs, but whatever the case is, don't get hit by those things. Okay, level 16. Do we get... We don't get what we're looking for, but we do get another level in Magic Missile, which is perfect. I do like this level, not because of, you know, I mean, everything about this level is pretty cool, but what's really cool about this level is, one, the boss fight, but also we get so much XP. Like, look how much XP we're getting over here. It's just crazy. Alright, we get Ceres again. I'm not getting what we're looking for. Let's just reroll once. No, what? Reroll again? One more. Ah, there we go. Time manipulation. That's exactly what we were looking for. So now we just got to make sure we don't get hit. But now our cooldown reduction is even lower. So we are going to be doing insane amounts of everything. I do want the movement speed actually. I think it's going to be quite important, especially when we've got the wind against us, the modifier as well. And we can also grab ourselves... Ooh, we just one-tapped that gold bird. Perfect. Ceres over here. We can go and evolve our magic missile now. Fantastic. And we are now unstoppable. You can just see how often that magic missile is going off and all the beautiful things that it is doing. So we want gold. Of course, the whole purpose of this is to try and farm gold. But yeah, so like I said at the very beginning, a lot of people liked saying go Revenant. I just don't think a lot of people know that Ceres has that cooldown passive that we just entered. And also, Magic Missile, it's just really, really strong because it hits individual enemies. So the amount of AoE you've got on this character is absolutely insane. And then you add that onto the free chest that you get from the new guard. I think the power creep in the game is actually quite intense for your character compared to the difficulty. Although this is only normal difficulty, so yes, if we play on insane, it will be a lot more difficult. But we do need to still unlock all those levels and do certain things using different modifiers and so on and so forth. So, got to unlock all of that. I do just want to show you guys Jotunnslayer, because I personally have only played it once and I really, really enjoyed the boss fight. I think the fact that they innovate their boss fights differently, or, you know, in the future, or, you know, they are innovating the boss fights is actually pretty cool. Let's see, increase the vulnerability duration. We can increase the movement speed for every enemy currently afflicted by any non-damage dealing debuff. So we are going to grab that. There is a purpose for that. The one skill from Njord, the ship over here, does apply curse onto enemies once we have got it at a higher level. So we are going to be able to curse enemies, and therefore we'll be able to get that movement speed buff from that as well. So that's going to work out pretty well for us. Just moving to the next area. This curse is this challenge is quite a hectic one, but we don't really have to worry too much about it, because as you can see, we absolutely dominate everything on the screen. I'm gonna have to start playing on harder difficulties now. We don't need Ceres anymore, but we're gonna just grab it anyway. Immediately spend a charge or get a new charge. We can go with the God skill upgrade. Here we go. So curse chance, as you can see, like we mentioned. So now we get a chance to get cursed enemies, which increases our movement speed. And we can actually use this wind to our advantage, because we don't want to run into the lightning by just running and using the wind to our advantage. Whoops, I was stuck on a wall over there. I didn't even know there was all this gold over here. The first time I ever did this challenge, it felt like it went on forever compared to some of the other maps. Okay, level 22. Not getting the gods we're looking for. Additional bonus damage to enemies inflicted with curse. Slow, rooted, whatever the case is. That's fine. We do have a chance to do that. That means that we could actually play with Skadi as well, because Skadi has a lot of freeze. And then you play Magic Missile, Frozen Arrow. And then you play around this ability to freeze the enemies more often. That could be very, very strong as well. Just making our way downtown to the chest. There's only a couple of minutes left. I'm going to grab the magnet. I don't think there was much XP on the... Oh, there was pretty good amount of XP actually. We finally get Njord, which means we can evolve the bubble. Now the bubble's going to be shooting a lot more fish out. It's so funny. But because of our cooldown reduction, it's just absolutely terrifying for the enemy, not for us. We are pretty much immortal. Absolutely destroying everything. Okay, we're going to reroll. We're looking for Njord. We want him as often as possible. Let's go with the Lost Drakar. I haven't actually seen the Lost Drakar's evolution, so if we're able to get that evolution, that would be cool. I think I remember back in the demo version of the game, they made it so that if you could only evolve 2 things at the same time. I'm not going to worry about the soul stone. We'll grab the movement speed. It comes in handy for the last boss on this level. Pick up some gold over here. There we go. And this is why we need the XP collection range as well, because we absolutely destroy everything far away from us. I mean, I don't think I've been worried about surviving or anything like that at all right now. Everything is just absolutely melting away from us. Go and grab that. Do we get the war? Oh, yeah, we do. So now it increases its damage. It has 50% chance to curse. And it deals secondary damage with arrows. So it's a ship full of drowned bowmen, sailors that now shoot arrows at the enemy. So we do use, I really hate Nightstag. It's not Nitstangs. I can't pronounce that, sorry. So we go with Sacrificial Pylon. Unfortunately, it's a personal thing. I like having all my abilities going off at the same time, especially since we worked so hard to get all that cooldown reduction. So the fact that the game's like, nope, we're going to remove all of that from your person, I don't like that. So I don't take it. It's the only one I won't take is that one. Every other one I don't care. It could be any mission, any objective, doesn't matter, I'll take all of them. That one is a no-go forever for me. The arrows, I mean, I can see them, but there's so much going on my screen that they don't really make too much difference. So even though it's a really cool kind of concept to an evolution, the fact that I have so much going on the screen means that it's not really doing much for us. But we still need to get Leviathan with a good amount of levels. So again, reroll. Oops, maybe I shouldn't have. We can just grab Bone Chill, whatever. That's not going to do anything. Actually, the Ravens would have been better. But let's head off to the final boss. And we are level 27. Let's go, bossy. I mean, we can wait about a minute first. Maybe we can collect some more XP or something. Like just stand here. Get one more level. Okay, here it comes, maybe. I would have liked to have gotten 5 evolutions, but I think we have to play for longer to be able to do that. Again, we are only on normal difficulty. But there we go. Freya, do give us the double... Oh man, this would have been really good. Increase all XP, increase collection range. Nope, we're actually looking for double cast skill on a single cooldown. We also get a chest, which is going to give us a magnet, and we can then go into the boss realm. Alright, this is pretty cool. So now we have a really good arena over here. Let's see. Alright, we first phased him already. Now it's all just about surviving. So this is why we got the movement speed. So that we can dodge all of this quite easily. Okay, we did get hit there. It's not the end of the world. It will come back pretty quickly. There we go. It's already back. And we're on his second phase already. So this happens 3 times, I believe it is. There we go. Just got to make sure that we dodge all of this. Oh, we nearly got hit there. Actually, I think we might have got hit there, but because of the shield, it keeps us safe. Made our way there. That's perfect. Got to get out of the area. We actually had to use our dodge that time. He does have another attack, but I was about to say he hasn't used it, but he actually has. Just last time I didn't notice it. And there we go. Done and dusted. Like I mentioned, it's a really, really fun... Okay, I've never actually seen that occur, but that was a really, really fun attack, like boss fight. And Briarthorn's actually doing a whack ton of damage along with the magic missile. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.